guys, Reggie Gamer back, and I thought I would give my thoughts on the Royal Rumble this year, guys. I did get a comment saying, hey, Reggie, is interested, so you could like post a sort of review video. I'm not sure if this is going to be so much a review. It's completely unscripted, without notes and everything like that, guys, but I thoroughly enjoyed the pay-per-view. I gotta be honest, guys, it's very difficult for a Royal Rumble to not meet my expectations, because I just love the matches anyway. I think that some Royal Rumbles can get a little bit tedious, but I don't think that was the case last night at all. I thought the other two matches stood up as well, but the Rumble matches themselves, absolutely solid, guys. Obviously, we have our results in Jey Uso and Charlotte Flair. Going to WrestleMania. I predicted Charlotte Flair. Jey Uso was one which I really wasn't expecting that much. I'm in two minds about it, but you know what? I'll get to that in a bit, guys. I feel like we may as well go through the pay-per-view as it happened. But yeah, I am in two minds about Jey being the one who won the match. I'm not furious about it. I feel like, you know, a lot of people are very passionate when it comes to wrestling, guys, and I don't think there's anything really wrong with that, as long as you're not, you know, going out of your way to upset people and everything. But people are very, very passionate. Obviously, there are some people that are absolutely delighted that it's Jey and are not. Basically, no one can understand anyone else's opinion. That's what I'm saying, and so I will give my opinions, and I'm definitely in the centre when it comes to the decision. But either way, guys, I think that my favourite match of the night was actually the Women's Royal Rumble. I think so, guys. Obviously, the men's one had like crazy star power, but there were some big old surprises in the women's one. Jordynne Grace got a freaking huge pop. She really did. In fact, I think it was bigger than last time when she came out. And yeah, I mean, she was super over, and when she got eliminated, like, people were really gutted and everything, and so I don't know if she's going to be going through the NXT mill. I gotta admit, guys, I've never actually seen a standalone match with her, and so I don't know if she really needs it. I've never heard her cut a promo or anything like that, and obviously, you need to be a part of the WWE mold. You know, you can have a career like over in like, say, TNA. See, like Bobby Roode, who had like a very long career over in TNA, but when he came over to the WWE, he still went through the NXT mill and got given the glorious theme. Which even when I first heard it, guys, I was thinking this is not going to do him any favors. I really don't think it did, guys. But obviously, you know, he's perfectly happy working behind the scenes now, so good for him. But yeah, I don't know if Jordynne Grace requires that. I would say if she doesn't, definitely get her onto the main roster, because she was over, guys. She really, really was. I think that she got the second biggest reaction of the Women's Rumble. Trish, obviously, that was a surprising one. I did not see her being there. I doubt she's going to be back. I'd imagine this was just like a one-off appearance, as probably the case with Nikki Bella, wasn't it? Who, to be honest, I mean, the thing is, I had heard that she might be coming back, but I was kind of expecting number 30 to be a oh my god moment, where it was like, oh, okay, it's Nikki Bella. I gotta say, guys, I've never watched Total Divas, which is her show, right? I think. She was on show, and her era in wrestling was really when I was not really watching wrestling, and so I might be being unfair there, but it was, to me, at least a bit of a letdown. Was it her, or was it the it was, wasn't it? Oh man, yeah. So later on, after the Rumble, it showed her entrance again, with Michael Cole saying, "Oh, it was an incredible moment. Everyone was absolutely delighted to see her," and I'm pretty sure it was her. In fact, I'm sure it was. I could check my messages because I actually messaged my brother about it. I will double check this real quick because I want to make sure it was actually, because I don't want to slander her if it wasn't. Yes, it was. Yes. Okay, so later on the pay-per-view, guys, I'm not exactly sure what it was, but it's basically Michael Cole recapping the fact that Nikki Bella came out of the Royal Rumble, and it had a shot of like the crowd. So like some crowd very, very close up with Nikki Bella coming out in the distance, like walking towards the camera, and the people in the crowd. Michael Cole, you know, obviously recording this later, said everyone went absolutely crazy. We were absolutely delighted to see her. But the fans that it showed in that clip were like, they were all sat completely static as her music hit. Apart from one woman who just started going. That's amazing. I need to try and find that part of the pay-per-view, because it was definitely on the Royal Rumble PLE, I should say, guys. That happened like later on in the night after there was Royal Rumble, which was amazing. So yeah, that did feel like a bit of a fart in church, as Matt Morgan would say. But the Rumble was awesome, guys. My highlight of actually the night. I feel like the highlight. I mean, it's the one thing which I retweeted, and so the highlight of the night, guys, was Alexa Bliss coming out, guys. That was a shock. That was amazing. Because I know, like, I think she recently had a kid, and she was like tweeting out saying something like, "I'm going to be here for a while," like, you know, with a picture of her sleeping with her child and everything. Not that I don't follow any wrestlers on Twitter, guys. I find it too exhausting. I really do, because obviously they're always trying to like stir up stuff between each other and everything. I just find it exhausting, so I just don't. Every now and then I'll look up what's trending in the wrestling column, and that was there. And so I fully wasn't expecting her to come back. She had a jacket saying "Fiend Forever" on the back, which they showed for like half a second, but then the camera like cut away and everything, which was very unfortunate. But she looked great. I really, really hope that she is actually properly back and she's going to be able to stay healthy and everything. Because I know she's had a very unlucky career so far, health-wise. I also personally, I think I've talked about it before, guys, but I also personally would like her to stay away from the Wyatt Six. Unless you're going to make her the leader, because honestly, I feel like she is so good. She doesn't need the Wyatt Six as a gimmick. I feel that she's a lot better when she's going her own way and everything. Obviously she came up with the doll, but that's just merchandise and everything, you know. And she wasn't like, you know, acting all spooky or anything, or like crazy makeup or anything. And so I'm hoping that she's just back as herself, but as this more goth punky style of her. Because she's great, guys. She's great on the microphone. She's great in the ring. So that was a treat to see, and I love the fact that she got, in my opinion, the biggest pop of the night. Like, the crowd went absolutely wild for her. Obviously, they went wild for Joe Hendry as well, which I get, guys. It's like, oh, it's the meme is here and everything. But Alexa Bliss Bayrak was like, oh yes, she's actually back and everything. Like, yeah. So there were some rumors about, you know, WWE and her being far apart when it comes to making a deal and everything, but that's wrestling journalism in 2025, guys. And so that was actually my highlight of actually the night. It really, really was. But yeah, like I say, with Nikki Bella, I fully expected it to be Becky Lynch or Jade Cargill. Not only because there was one bit, who was it? Yeah, it was Jordynne Grace, wasn't it? Where Naomi and Jordynne Grace, I think it was, like, embracing everything. And I thought they were going to start, like, punching each other like they did last year. Like, immediately start fighting after embracing each other, which was hilarious last year. But no, they just kept on embracing. And then Bianca, there we go, I can say it. Bianca, like pulled Naomi away. It's like, hey, what's going on and everything. That was an interesting moment. So I gotta admit, guys, oh, man. I put over Bianca so much in the last video, guys. I really wanted her to win last night. I feel like she's the one who honestly needs it, which I know sounds insane when considering, you know, the career that she's had already, but I do feel like to get back to where she was before that horrendous story arc where she got clowned. But that being said, the whole Bianca, Jade Cargill and Naomi thing, whenever they do promos and everything, they don't really say anything, you know? And so that was a spark of, oh, hang on, there's something here. With Bianca, like taking exception to Naomi butting up with Jordynne Grace. And that was fascinating, guys. Chelsea Green was great. I do feel like her antics got a bit OTT, like a bit too cartoony in the Rumble, but, you know, I've been singing her praises for the longest time, guys. So you know, I reap for her so and everything. But she was hilarious yet again. And it was actually Piper Niven that eliminated her last night as well, wasn't it? But yeah, there was a lot in the men's and the women's rumble, and I'd say probably more in the men's, because I remember noticing it in the women's rumble and thinking, okay, this is getting a little bit repetitive now. And then the men's one was on, and it happened even more. The whole thing of, not even when someone comes out, but basically two people in the ring and like turn to each other and like they walk up to each other and everything, and then like and then they start fighting, or they start like trash talking and all that sort of thing, which obviously is a great spot when you want to put over potential future matches. The ultimate example, guys, was it the year it was Stone Cold's third Royal Rumble win? It was. Yeah, it was, because Triple H comes out like he's like Stone Cold's like bleeding like badly in that match and everything. So it would have been like 2003 maybe. I'm not sure, guys. I'm not very good with dates when it comes to that. But one moment where they were, no, it couldn't have been 2003. It was the one before the huge WrestleMania with Rock, Stone Cold. But either way, guys, in that Royal Rumble, there's one moment where like Stone Cold's in one corner, Rock's in the other corner, and they're both beaten down and everything, and they just look at each other and suddenly eye up at each other and start to get up and everything, and the cameras are cut between the two, and the crowd is going mental. Guys, it's such a great moment, and that was like a test to see if people would be interested in seeing that rivalry again. Oh my god, they were. And so I get why you have these moments of I mean, probably the coolest one was Jacob Fatu and Braun Breaker, which isn't a fact which hasn't computed in my mind at all, but that would be the greatest match of all time, right? That would be absolutely freaking insane. And so that was great. That was a brilliant one. But then you had Penta. He did it a lot. He did the whole standing up against you got to be my next rival sort of thing, and it got a little bit repetitive. Like I say, it was happening a lot in the women's, but then in the men's they seem to do it every few minutes. Not particularly Penta, but like different wrestlers and everything, guys. Obviously there was a botch where apparently from what I gather, both of Penta's feet did touch the ground whilst being swung around by Ray. It was early, wasn't it? I gotta admit, guys, I ain't slowing it down or anything. It looks like 1 foot to me, but that might be me just giving it, a lot of leeway. Because I know I do it, guys. I know I do it. I brought it up on the other channel where there was an LA Rams match. God, that must have been a long time ago against the Saints. It was in the playoffs, and apparently the Saints still resent this, where a pass interference call wasn't made, or what? I feel like it wasn't made, and everyone says it absolutely should have. This is a disgrace. The Rams shouldn't have won this match. I gotta admit, guys, when I look at the footage, I don't think that I think the Rams should have won. And I am an early Rams fan. Oh, you can't really see it, but I got a helmet right there. Oh, there we go. Got enough one here. That's St. Louis though, as is that. And so maybe that's me giving Penta a bit of leeway there, but it looked like 1 foot to me, guys. And you know what? What are they meant to do? I know, guys. You're meant to just go with whatever actually happened and everything. But obviously, Penta had a lot of moments, coming up in the Rumble and everything. So I'm not mad at it, guys. I feel like it happens. It's not as insane as like Macho Man eliminating himself, and because of that, they came up with the rule of you have to be thrown over, which is a great moment. It was when he was after Jake the Snake, wasn't it? I think. Was it the Jake the Snake storyline? I feel like it was. And he like jumps over the top rope onto. I feel like it's Jake. And obviously eliminates himself, and it was Bobby the Brain and Gorilla Monsoon on commentary, and they kind of stuck for a bit, but then I feel like someone must have called him. It's okay, just say you had to propel yourself out. And say, I know he's still in it. And Macho being Macho, I probably didn't even realise what had happened at all because he's so insane. So the Undertaker comes out, very young Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill? Mark Calloway, comes out and like goes to grab Macho Man and throw him back in. It's like, I'm not finished with you, sort of thing. But then Macho Man just gets out and just goes straight back out again. God bless him. And so yeah, I don't mind the Penta thing, guys. I don't think it's the be all and end all. By the way, guys, this is a arcade stick top. And so yeah, Women's Royal Rumble, really good. Charlotte looks okay. I mean, she only really did chops and everything, but you know, that's to get the crowd going and everything like that. And so, I can't remember who she finished up against. Was it? I feel like it was Perez, wasn't it? Who I think must have the record of the longest run in the Rumble, because she came out third, I believe. Because I know Io and Liv lasted a long time as well. There was one bit where Nia like was meant to like eliminate like 8 people at once, but it kind of fell apart. I feel like Lash Leonard couldn't quite stay up in time, and then she fell down, and it was like, oh, what's going on? And then Nia like bumped into them and everything. Lash Legend's a freaking beast, guys. I've only seen her in a couple of matches, but my God, when she came out, it was like a woman playing with children, because like everyone was like half her height. My God, she is a spectacle, seriously. And so, yeah, great Royal Rumble, guys. I really enjoyed the women's ones. I won't go too much into the tag teams or the world title match, guys, because I was kind of waiting to get to Royal Rumbles and everything. I think they're both really good. It was cool seeing a 2 out of 3 falls match. I feel like that's always quite exciting. I feel like the end was a bit weak where the Street Profits just came in and... Was it disqualification? I feel like it was, which is a crappy way of ending a 2 out of 3 falls match. I could be wrong. But the match itself was great, though, guys. I mean, what do you expect from, like, you know, mostly machine guns? The world title match was brutal, guys. The freaking finish, I don't understand how that spot of the Alabama Slam onto the lifted up ladder. I can't understand how that is not a 50-50 of KO seriously injuring himself. That was insane. So yeah, the match itself was brutal, guys. It really, really was. Did Cody get colour in it? I can't remember. I feel like a lot of people got colour last night. Trumper definitely did. I feel like there was quite a lot of blood last night. Like, notably, you know. I mean, no, a KO was busted open, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, brutal. Great match, guys. The right decision. I know that even some of you guys in the comments are saying that your brain goes Cody, but your heart goes Kevin. I feel like this was the right decision. I don't know what you do with KO now. That's yeah. Because I know that in the last video, I kind of was really down on KO and Sammy, guys. And I really don't want to be... Because I know that I'm the only one who has these opinions of, you know, certain aspects of them and everything. But, and so KO does... It feels like he's kind of back to square one now. After having the whole, like, Randy Orton rivalry and everything. Who I fully expected to come out last night, guys. I thought he'd be number 30. In fact, obviously, that ended up being Logan Paul instead. Which I'd worked out mathematically. I was thinking, okay, who's in the poster? Okay, there's one more person left. Okay, well, it's no Randy Orton then this year. Because I feel like I didn't say it in my predictions, guys, but Randy was one of the ones who I was thinking could very possibly win it. But yeah, the men's Royal Rumble was great. Again, it's very difficult for a Royal Rumble to not meet my expectations. I just love the matches. I do feel like there was a bit too much standing looking at each other and everything, you know, oh, I can't believe it's them, sort of thing, you know. It happened a lot. But I guess we'll get on to it, guys. Jey Uso obviously is massively over right now, and they're pulling the trigger when the iron is hot, you know. It's the sort of thing in which you just wish they'd done with LA Knight, because they basically waited like 2.5 years before they actually gave him any sort of push. And the crowd were absolutely white hot for him. I would argue more than Jey. Now, this is my... I don't want to take anything away from Jey, guys, because obviously, you know, it's very true. It's very possible that this whole rivalry of him and Gunther, because I'm pretty sure he has confirmed that it's going to be Gunther that he's going to go after. Why you wouldn't do that on TV, I don't know. But So it's very possible that they could re-surprise me, and this is going to be a really good rivalry. The fact is, this rivalry's been going on for quite a while now. I feel like they wrestled less than a month ago for the title, and it hasn't been that over. Now, Jey's entrance is over, guys. I question if Jey is that over. I think he's great talent, guys. He's obviously a very talented wrestler, guys. I mentioned it last time where his promos are. I feel like when they're very fixed, can be great. But I do feel like he gets a little bit nervous when he's like left to his own devices. I feel like I could be me being unfair. That might be why he wears the big glasses when doing promos and everything. I mean, one of the greatest moments in wrestling over the last 5 years, guys, if not longer, was when it was during the Bloodline, when Roman was heel and everything, and they were basically throwing Jimmy out of the Bloodline. And that makes me emotional saying, guys. But when Jey says to Jimmy, so guess what? You're out, and I'm out too, and just super kicks Roman in the face. One of the greatest moments in the Bloodline storyline, guys, and you know how much I love the Bloodline storyline. That was insane. That was insanely good. I love that moment so much. Especially because it was Jey, who was like the original one to get put down by Roman and everything, you know? So good, so good. And so, I know he does have it in him, but it's a big downgrade from last year. I just feel like it's a really big downgrade from last year. It's not going to be headlining the second night of WrestleMania. It just isn't. I don't know if it will headline the first night of WrestleMania. Quite frankly, seeing as how many matches, the potential matches there are going to be, I, at the moment, don't think it should headline the WrestleMania. Which, when you just won the Royal Rumble, is kind of insane. But that being said, because he's, in my opinion, like, upper mid-carder still, it's cool to give a wrestler from that area of the card a push, especially when you have the biggest Royal Rumble in wrestling history and everything, like an insane amount of top tier talent, and for that one to be the one where you give it to a upper mid carder is actually really cool. But like I say, I worry that he is not so much over as his entrance. I'd say the Ultimate Warrior is another one like that, where his entrance was massively over, got everyone pumped about when the ring bell rang. It's kind of mediocre, you know. Or Sandman in ECW, the best thing about it was his entrance. I feel like they are really, I mean, they're going for a younger audience with Jey, so that's really cool. Hopefully he'll get lots of kids into wrestling. But I do worry that his matches and his promos are gonna be fairly lackluster building up to WrestleMania, and Gunther, where he's at the moment, I think it's going to be exactly the same. And so I'll be fascinated to see how they're going to build this up, guys. I really am, because right now I don't know how they're going to do it, unless Gunther drops the title, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Cena's already eyed up Elimination Chamber for his chance, and it's really annoying, guys. One thing that which I feel like they've always done since I got into wrestling is advertise the next pay-per-view mid pay-per-view, but then hint at something happening. And so the advert was basically John Cena saying, "Yeah, this is my last chance." What? You haven't done the Royal Rumble yet. Yeah, this was before the Mental Rumble, I should point out. And so that's what really annoys me. And sometimes it's like, the world champion, and then on the trade for the next pay-per-view, like says, will he get his revenge? What revenge? Let us watch the match first. Anyway, I'm waffling. So I am cautiously optimistic. No, I'm not. I'm just optimistic. I'm not really optimistic. I'm optimistic about this. I don't think it'll headline either WrestleMania nights. Which means that we might get a women's one, because it should have been Rhea Charlotte a couple of years ago, guys. That should have headlined night one. And yes, the match we did headline night one did involve Sami and KO. And so yet again, I just come up as a massive KO and Sami hater. So I'm going to cut my video short here, guys, because I really do come up as a massive hater when it comes to them. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Did you really enjoy it? I know a lot of people are kind of down on it, but like I say, it doesn't take a lot for me to enjoy a Royal Rumble. It really doesn't. So leave me your review in the comments, guys. And yeah, if you wanted me to do more of these review videos, then let me know in the comments. Please subscribe, all the good stuff. I've been Reggie Wrestling, I said finish a game at the start, didn't I? And I'll see you next time. I am the same guy, to be fair.